Once you got enough evidence, I'll hit up a judge.
I can't think of anything I haven't told you already.
Were those trash cans there before? Or am I having eyesight trouble? Tiny tape like this, likely from an answering machine. Tape snapped, but that's no problem.
Mother, pick up. Pick up. Mother, I know you're listening. You have got to divorce that man. I'm not asking for my own sake, but for yours. Please, please leave him before he makes good on that threat. You can still be happy, Mother. And so can I.
Maybe things at the Banderit house were not as perfect as Mrs. Banderit wanted us to believe.
I should have mentioned that. I just did not want you to misunderstand, to think my daughter... She has always been an excitable girl. She overreacts. I wanted to spare my husband of that melodrama, so I cut the tape and threw it away, and told Pryor the tape had broken. Is any marriage perfect? Whatever small problems there might be, my marriage was sacred to me, and Bryot's word, his will, I obeyed, with love in my heart. My daughter was raised in this country and does not understand. Why, she lives right across the street. She is a wonderful daughter at heart. She welcomes me into her beautiful kitchen for lunch every day. It's about time you people came around. I've been on the phone all night trying to get some answers from the police. Have you found my father's killer?
No, Ms. Banderit. We're with the Las Vegas Crime Lab. We've come across an answering machine tape of you begging your mother to leave your father. What threat were you afraid your father might make good?
It wasn't like that. Not a threat of violence. My father was pushing me into marrying a man I do not love. The threat was to cut me off from my mother if I didn't do his old-school bidding. Some choice, huh? Marry a man I detest, or never see my own mother again. His business partner? A disgusting little creature called a Darshdawan. I work with the creep at my father's practice. Manipulating little weasel. playing off an old friendship between our families to worm his way into my father's good graces. Finally, I learned Adarsh was nothing more than a common thief, stealing from our family. I told him resign or face exposure, but he laughed me off. He said he could handle my stupid father. Never thought he meant murder. Yes, credit card fraud. Using my father's Visa card to be precise. A snake. Right behind our backs. My father told me that Visa noticed suspicious activity and alerted him right away. I don't know if he suspected Adarsh, but I did, and I found proof in his apartment. Yes, I won't have you wasting precious time here when you could be rounding up that little rat, Adarsh.
Actually, it won't take but a moment to collect that footprint by the door. Or we could wait here till we get a warrant.
If that's what will get you out of here faster, take the footprint and take off.
Grissom put me onto that runaway Doc you're looking for. Well, when a black and white hit the siren over that busted tail, Doc Dewan got nervous and hit the gas. Chase hardly started before he stripped the curb and got pulled over. The doctor is currently in custody as a person of interest. You can talk to this charmer anytime you like. Just stop by my office. Got his truck, too.
I have nothing else to say to you.
This is a wake-up call. The slipper with the asphalt mark matches the muddy footprint, meaning Mrs. Bandery called on her daughter after discovering Mr. Bandery had bought it. Damn, the tire we needed for comparison got shredded in the police chase, and we got no warrant to search the interior. We need some other way to tie the truck to the crime scene. All right. We placed the truck out in front of the Vic's place, without the tire track evidence.
Footprint evidence provides a clean link between her home and the crime scene. Plus, we got a possible motive thanks to the answering machine tape. Enough for a warrant. Busted light ties the truck to the street in front of the Vic's residence. That key unlocks the truck for a look-see.
We have a late model vehicle here. Practically brand new. Still, I'd say Adar spruced up the interior. Cleaned, vacuumed it. Everything but the new car smell. So this is the memo Aji wrote. Locked. If we break in, the next warrant Brassel issue will be on us. Let's see what else we can find.
Why do you stupid people insist on wasting time searching my house when I've already told you who to investigate? In the meantime, my mother is on the verge of a nervous breakdown, and the killer is running free. I don't have another word for you.
Cool. We work well when it's quiet. We'll start with your fingerprints.
Ugh.
You're close. Try something similar. You'll want a different tool for that.
I have nothing else to say to you.
The Vic has a swimming pool. Let's go back and see if we can answer the big question. What's it all about, algae? These are emails confirming online purchases Adarsh made using the card. Email confirmations are normally sent by merchants as a safety precaution, but Adarsh had access to their computer, and he snagged them to cover his actions. I'll have Brass check in with Visa. Bloody fingerprint belongs to the daughter. That puts her at the crime scene when her father was murdered.
I called Visa. Good folks over there. And they said Visa's continuous monitoring program detected suspicious activity. Mr. Dwan was changing the shipping address, sending items to his home and back to India. Not your model employee. He's on his way to interrogation now. Dr. Pradyut Bandarit was found murdered in his home earlier this evening.
Murdered? No, he was my dearest friend. He was to be my father-in-law. Oh my goodness gracious, such a terrible thing to have happened. Are you certain? Could there be, I hope, some horrible mistake? I take perhaps foolish pride in the luxury vehicle I'm blessed to drive. I'm meticulous in my, upkeep. I keep it up, I keep it clean. I bought a portable vacuum to help in this crusade of cleanliness. Oh, let me think. I believe in my toolbox.
Mind if we take a look? We'll need your keys.
I'm honored to help you in your investigation.
Thanks. I'll hold on to him.
Oh my goodness gracious, yes. All has been arranged between the families. I'm to marry Dr. Bandarit's most wonderful daughter, Adya. We are both excited to begin our new lives as Mr. and Mrs. Dewan.
Adia's excited, all right, but because her daddy was pushing her into this arranged marriage and threatening to separate her from her mother if she didn't cave.
It's a big leap we make together, and of course she has small moments of doubt. But the day will soon dawn when my dear Adya will acknowledge her father's wishes and understand my sincere deep affections. What memo?
The one from Adya, your bride-to-be, threatening to let her daddy know you'd been stealing.
Again, I must point out that what may look to you like stealing is a mere misunderstanding. My sweet and lovely Adya has the tiny fault of getting largely excited over the smallest of matters. As I say, I would have corrected these trivial mistakes. Let me try to think. I believe I was in my office. Yes, I worked late in the office. I'm catching up on my paperwork, you know. I left around 9 p.m. on my way to Los Angeles to visit friends for the weekend. This should be no surprise. Do I not visit on occasion the home of my esteemed employer, my future father-in-law?
And your car was at the scene, Doctor. Maybe he knew about your stealing and didn't find it so trivial.
You have such a negative view of such innocent things. We were in the Banderit's living room when the good doctor informed his lovely wife that I would soon marry their daughter. We celebrated over tea and Mrs. Banderit requested a fire. At this time, I handled the poker to which you refer. You use such harsh language to describe the smallest of misunderstandings. I am new to your country, and the laws and procedures here are unlike those in India. I plan to rectify the smallest of errors upon my return from Los Angeles. Please, I have told you everything.